Imagine walking into an aviation museum and coming face to face with a World War I training machine, completely stripped down to its bare bones. No canvas skin, no metal armor, just a fragile, intricate skeleton of wood and wire. It looks like a giant balsa wood model, but this was a real flying machine that trained a generation of American combat pilots. Welcome to the forgotten story of the standard J-1 biplane, and how not one, but two of these unsung wooden heroes survived a century of history to find a permanent home at the National Museum of the United States Air Force at Dayton, Ohio. Back in 1917, as the United States plunged into the chaotic skies of the First World War, the Army Air Service desperately needed training planes to prepare thousands of green cadets. History remembers the legendary Curtiss JN-4 Jenny as the iconic trainer of the era, but Curtiss simply couldn't build them fast enough. Produced by a coalition of companies including Standard, Dayton Wright, and Fisher Body, over 1,600 of these two-seat biplanes were hastily turned out as a stopgap measure. They were structurally similar to the Jenny, but they had slightly swept-back wings and were notoriously more difficult to fly. Worse, their original four-cylinder Hall-Scott engines had a terrifying reputation for vibrating violently and occasionally bursting into flames in midair, an absolute nightmare in an airplane made entirely of wood and highly flammable dope fabric. When the armistice was signed in November of 1918, the government abruptly canceled orders for 2,700 more J-1s. The surviving planes were sold off as cheap military surplus, finding a second thrilling life with daring 1920s barnstormers and civilian flight schools until they were quite literally flown to pieces. Fast forward to today, and the early years gallery at the National Museum of the United States Air Force is home to two of these incredibly rare birds, each telling a distinct side of the early aviation story. The first standard J-1 arrived in December of 1962, generously donated by an Ohio local named Robert Greiger. Instead of giving the aircraft a fresh coat of canvas during the restoration, the museum made a brilliant educational choice. They left it completely naked. Stripped of its fabric covering, the airframe reveals the incredible intricate web of wire-braced spruce and ash that kept early aviators aloft. When you stand next to it today, you can see the exposed dual controls and a massive black fuel tank sitting uncomfortably close to the pilot's seat. The second J-1 on display tells the other half of the story. This aircraft underwent a painstaking 2-year restoration completed by museum personnel in 1981. Fully skinned in taut fabric and sporting a much safer Curtiss OXX TAC-6 engine, it's hung proudly from above the passers-by, showing visitors exactly what these magnificent, albeit flawed machines looked like as they soared through the skies a century ago. The story of these two biplanes, one completely bare and the other one beautifully restored, is just a tiny glimpse into the massive, incredible history housed within the hangars of the Air Force Museum. If you love uncovering the hidden stories of aviation history and exploring the machines that took humanity to the skies, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment telling us what aircraft you want to see next, and we'll see you on the next flight to the past.